The Hazelands is a realm hidden from most. It lies between the cracks of our world, unseen and unheard, unless you manage to cross. Not many people reach it on purpose, because it's a land of coincidence, and that is the only way you'll find it. If you wander into the mist, mayhaps you shall find the land of the good neighbors, a land where time has been misplaced and tales run free. When people ask me what I want to do, I never know what to answer, because there's a million things I want to do. I usually respond with one of the things I'd like to do, depending on the person I'm talking to. Like, if they're a director, I usually say directing. If they're a TV producer, I usually say animating. And if they play D&D, I say work on RPGs. And none of those are lies. I would love to do all of those things. Very, very much. But recently it clicked for me that the one thing I want to do is actually world building in any shape or form. And anything that I already have done, which I liked, is exactly that. So I'm making this little world building series, my new project, because I like sharing and I want to make videos. So my new world building project is called the Hazelands. And every idea has a spark. And I think however far you take an idea, you always have to remember the initial spark. And the spark for this idea was, what would my version of the Feywild look like? So I'm obsessed with folklore, and all of this traditional old folkloric stuff has this feel to it. And that feeling is something that I'm trying to capture with this fairy realm that I'm building. So I've just collected some images that I think perfectly, oh no, not that one apparently, perfectly capture the feeling of this world. And I'll use those as future reference when creating visuals and stories, and this can be my physical Pinterest board, because I'm already on my computer a whole lot and I scroll too much on Pinterest, so welcome to my board. I don't know where I heard it, but one tip that I will always remember is when you're looking for references, don't just stop at an artist or an artwork that you really like, but try to dig for the stuff that inspired them and try to dig deeper until you find that one seed. I think that's a great way to look for reference and not just copy another artist. One little thing I also like to do is use references that are close to you, like culturally or I know physically, mentally, stuff that you relate to. So I remembered this 14th century Middle Dutch poem that's like half an hour long and super gruesome that we had to learn by heart in high school. I think I still know half of it, and I feel like that captures that unique, whimsical, dark fairy tale vibe. It's basically about a noble lady. Turns out he's a murderer, so he chops his head off. Fun old party. Then there's also this Flemish TV show that I watched as a kid that I think thoroughly influenced me in everything that I do. Then another thing that also really inspired me and I think fits this project perfectly is my favorite Dutch theme park. Basically designed by a fairy tale illustrator, if I'm not mistaken. And one reference that I cannot miss is of course Jim Henson. I love all the puppets and the concept art. And of course, if you hadn't noticed from my intro, the Hazelands is super misty, so I'd really like to pull from Over the Garden Wall. The background designs, they are, is this still in shot? Yeah, the background designs, they are incredible and I feel like they are a really good thing to look to when I'm designing environments. I think what all of these references have in common is that they have something whimsical, they have some illogical aspect to them, they have something dark and mysterious, something gritty, not, I don't know, when I think of a lot of Disney movies, no offense to Disney, but when I think about Disney movies, I feel like there's always like a plastic film over them. I just want to take some sandpaper and like rough it up, and that's what these things are for me. So I want to hold on to that while I'm building. The plot of land that I will build my world on is this moss book that I made. I put a tutorial-ish on my shorts and my Instagram if you want to watch that. This is where I'll be putting all of my notes and all of my sketches in. Whenever I do world building, I like to get myself entirely in that space. So that's why I made a special book. Also because I wanted to make a moss book and this was a great excuse. But then I also made a playlist that fits my world to get myself in the right mind space. And to strengthen that, I also like to burn some incense that I think fits my world. Is that too much? And if I feel really stuck, I'll dress up like a wizard, because I feel like that's an important thing to do sometimes. So next time I want to be making a piece of terrain that kind of shows what the environment looks like, but I want your input on it. So let's do this choose your own adventure style.
Your morning walk is particularly misty. The smell of ozone is thick in the air. You know this path very well, and even though you can barely see your hands in front of your eyes, you strut on. You do not remember there being a bend in the path, and you take this road every morning. You turn around thinking that you might have missed a turn. Just when you decide you are truly and utterly lost, you see two shapes before you. On the left is an old stone structure, a moon-shaped portal with intricate carvings, and little pieces of paper hanging from it like talisman, fluttering in the breeze. On the right is a door, standing without a wall, a weirdly shaped door knocker nestled in its hardwood surface. The door knocker seems to have a kindly but demonic shape. In your hazy vision, for a second, it seemed to be winking. Which door do you enter?
Okay, so I wanted to end the video here, but I had a fun idea. I thought it could be fun to make those first world building steps a little less scary. So I made an inspiration sheet. You can write down what inspires you and what you want to hold on to in the process, and hopefully you can fill it in a minute, throw it away, and find it back when you feel a little bit lost during the process. You can download it below in my description probably, and please also put in the comments what doorway you'll choose, because I'll be making that soon. Okay, bye!